Ooh. Hello. How's everybody doing this fine Sunday afternoon? We got 10 to go here in stage number 2. Kyle Larson leading the race after green flag pit stops have cycled through. Little bit of strategy being played out by a couple teams. Did not really work out as we've been green flag all of stage 2. Currently, top 5 here, we got Larson, Keselowski, Hamlin, Byron, and I believe Ryan Blaney. We're currently in a commercial break. Hey, Mr. Clace Chapoy, Ravens 8, how's it going? Man, that's going to be a really funny joke when I have like 100 people watching and like 5 people understand that joke. But we'll know. We'll know. Long time no see. I've grown a lot, I think, since last time. I've gone through the COVID, gone through that now. 8 to go here now. Kyle Larson up riding the wall here at Las Vegas. My guy, Ryan Newman, currently the last car in the lead lap right in front of him. Hopefully he can hang on to that, but doesn't look like he's going to. What's up? Not much, Ravens 8. Hope you're enjoying your Sunday. Had COVID at the end of February. That was fun. Not, but yeah, we're all good and healthy here now. Good to go. It's actually why I didn't stream the last couple races. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. A little bit of a sore throat pretty much the entire time, but never lost taste or smell or anything. So obviously still taking precautions because, you know, some of that stuff can linger on, but feeling good. Feeling good. Let's actually get some water here now that I'm talking the whole time. I also just spilled some water, so, you know, just watching Booston against New Jersey. Had a pretty good race last weekend. Good old Chris Buescher won stage 1. Ryan Newman just worked his way up the entire race, ended up finishing 7th. So had a fun time watching that one at Homestead. And this week we're at Vegas. How's Booston and New Jersey going there, Ravens 8? No score first period. Oh, so we're just underway there. Kyle Larson still holding about a 3.5-4 second lead on Brad Keselowski for the lead here with 3 to go. Looking like Larson's going to win his first stage since his suspension here in the 4th race of the season. 2 to go now, 1.5-mile track, Las Vegas Motor Speedway. It's been a really interesting race here so far. Stage two, everybody got kind of spread out a little bit, but you know, for the most part, stage 1 was really entertaining. Stage 2 here has gotten kind of spread out. Ryan Newman still ahead of Kyle Larson, hanging on to that last spot on the lead lap. cannot wait to get through these last 2 turns here. And it looks like he will hold on to that last spot on the lead lap. He does hold off Kyle Larson for the final 8 laps of stage 2. Kyle Larson pulls out the win, picks up a stage win, 5 bonus points. Good for him. Back in NASCAR with Hendrick Motorsports, driving that number 5 HendrickCars.com Chevrolet. Ten minutes in. Back in a commercial break here at the end of stage 2. Hey, Rebecca, welcome to the chat. How does the NASCAR season work? Great question. There are 36 total races on typically Sundays. They'll occasionally have Saturday night races. But typically on Sundays, they also have a couple different breaks. For instance, like Easter Sunday, they often get off, or Mother's Day, Father's Day. Typically, they get off. They get off holidays, basically. But there's 36 races. The first 26 determine the point standings. I'll look at the camera instead of the chat here while I'm explaining this. First 26 races determine the point standings, and then the top 16 in points. There are typically 38 drivers in a race. So 38 drivers get points. And then of those 38 drivers, at the end of the 26 race regular season, the top 16 go to what's called the playoffs. Like most sports, NASCAR does have a playoffs. And then the playoffs are 10 races 27 through 36. And at the end of 3 races, the bottom 4 in points get eliminated. So after 3 races of the playoffs, you go to 12 drivers. And then after 3, you go to 8 drivers. Then after 3 more, you go to 4 drivers. And then the final 4 in the final race, the final 4, basically it resets the points. And basically the best finisher of those 4 wins the playoffs, or wins the championship. So, it's kind of risky, because if you could run really well, make it to the championship 4, and then on lap 10, the guy in front of you, loses control of his car and slides up into you and takes you out and ruins your whole chase, or ruins your whole points. So, a lot of people have kind of gone away from it, not liking the playoff format. I actually kind of like it. I particularly like the stage racing. So each race is broken up into 3, or in some cases 4 stages. And you get bonus points for finishing in the top 10 of each stage. And the winner of the stage gets 5 playoff points. And then that's how they determine the playoffs, like seeding, basically. You also get bonus points for winning races. But yeah. Or no, it's 5 bonus points for winning the race, 1 bonus point for winning the stage. So, for instance, Kyle Larson here today just won a stage, so he'll get 1 bonus playoff point. And then if he wins the race, he'll get an additional 5, so he'll be at 6 playoff points. So, and that's how Chase Elliott. I think he's won most popular driver here basically since he's been in the Cup Series. Ended up winning the championship last year. My guy, Ryan Newman, has been racing since like 2002. He's been in like 19 years. He has not won a championship yet. Yeah, so that's basically how NASCAR points work. You also you get so many points for finishing wherever you get. So obviously, the winner gets the most points, and then last place gets the least points, and then it just kind of scales down. So like you get 50 points for winning, 49 for finishing second. I don't know the actual like point totals. But yeah, each position gets so many points, and then you add on any bonus points. So if you finished second in one stage and eighth in another stage, you would get 9 points for finishing second, 2 points for finishing eighth, or 3 points for finishing eighth. So you get 12 bonus points. So then if you finished third overall, you'd get 46 points or whatever, plus your 12 additional ones. So you get 58. So you could technically get more points than people that finish in front of you if you ran better throughout the entire race, which I think is kind of nice. I like it. It kind of, rewards consistency a little bit more. So I kind of like that aspect. But yeah, Devils on the power play. Nice. Larson's doing really well. Yeah, I've been really impressed with Kyle and really all of Hendrick Motorsports here to start the season. Obviously, William Byron won last week. Alex Bowman's looked really solid to the start of the season. Kyle Larson obviously has looked really impressive. Obviously, he just won this stage. Alex Bowman's looked good, and Chase Elliott, obviously the defending champ. I think Hendrick Motorsports is finally in a really good position again. They'd kind of fallen off a little bit. Jimmy Johnson didn't have exactly the end of his career that I think a lot of us were expecting and a lot of us were hoping for. And with Chevy switching to the new Camaro a couple of years back, it was really just Ford and Toyota dominating. And, Chevy went so long without winning races, RCR, Hendrick. Nobody could get a win. And now it kind of feels like Hendrick's gotten into that rhythm where everybody feels like they're in a really good spot and they're performing very well on all of the tracks already. We've gone to a 2.5 mile road course and a couple now 1.5 mile tracks, and Hendrick's looked pretty good on all three styles. So I think they're in a really good spot. I think I would not be surprised if all four of them ended up in victory lane at the end of the season. William Byron obviously already has done it. I would not be surprised to see all four of them win a race this season. Wagner for tripping. Boston killed it off. Damn. Not really a fan of New Jersey, but whatever, all for the championship drivers for Hendrick. Yeah. I've basically just followed. I basically followed Ryan Newman his whole career. Started off at Penske in the 12 car. Loved him there. Then he went to Stuart Haas in the 39, followed him there. Went to RCR in the 31, followed him there, and now he's at Roush Fenway in the 6. I'm okay with New Jersey, but I completely hate Boston. Yeah. Like I said, I don't follow too much hockey. I don't really have too many opinions on New Jersey, but I'm with you on Boston. Not a fan of them. Rat. Hey. They're showing some kids here in the crowd at Vegas. Not full capacity, but they are sold out in compliance with the Nevada and Las Vegas COVID rules. They just showed a couple kids. One of them was dressed up as Richard Petty, and one of them was dressed up as Dale Sr. Two of the best to ever do it. As we are back under green to start stage 3, we got Kyle Larson jumping out front early, but he's now caught by Martin Truex Jr. and Kyle Busch on the bottom. All 4 Gibbs Toyotas, 2nd through 5th. Christopher Bell way up the track here in turn 4. He's the top of 3 wide there for 5th. Through the middle, Brad Keselowski giving Alex Bowman a shot. They'll get by Christopher Bell. Bowman now to the back bumper of Kyle Busch, who's in the top 5 for the first time today. Kyle Larson still leading. He's put a couple car lengths between he and the Joe Gibbs teammates of Denny Hamlin and Martin Truex Jr. Back towards the back half of the top 10, we still got 3 wide racing. Kevin Harvick, Chase Elliott, and I believe that was Brad Keselowski. Still 3 wide towards 10th place there. Matt DiBenedetto, Joey Logano, and I couldn't quite see who was up top there. It might have been William Byron. Oh, Chase Elliott gets loose coming out of 2, and he loses control. Chase Elliott spins it down the backstretch, and we'll have our first caution. Everybody avoids him. What an incredible job by everybody deeper in the field there to miss Chase Elliott. Just got loose up top coming out of turn 2 and spun all the way down the backstretch. I don't think he hit anything. It looks like he's got a little bit of damage there on the left front. But an excellent job by everybody to miss him. Wow. And a heck of a save there from Chase Elliott to keep it off the wall and keep it relatively straight. Did come out of turn 2 there a little bit high. Maybe he got tapped here by Kurt Busch. Let's take a look here. No, Chase just gets loose and just tags Kurt Busch with the left front. Yeah, I like the Daytona Road Course race. Saved themselves from hitting that sign. Oh, that was an incredible save. Chase Elliott at the Daytona Road Course, he ended up driving through the grass, and they got like advertising signs in the middle of the road course, and Chase was headed right for it and saved it. Didn't hit it. Hell of a save from him in that race. A pretty good job on this one too. Did have a little bit of contact, like I said, there with Kurt Busch after he had already started spinning. He just kind of got loose. Good job by everybody. That's the nice thing about Las Vegas, that backstretch. Even once you go below the apron, you got so much space to work with. Everybody was able to miss him. They haven't shown any damage yet to Kurt Busch's side. It would probably be on the right side of his car, middle back end of his car. And there they do show the damage. It's right on the wheel well of the right rear tire of Kurt Busch's machine. That's not one that I would have expected to see here today. Would not have put Chase Elliott in the spin by getting loose category. That is a heck of a picture, Ravens 8. I think he can still make it. Yeah. I'm not too worried about it. It didn't look like the damage was too bad. Guess the player. All right, I'm gonna be really bad at this. So, oh, click the wrong thing. Here we go. Well, he looks sad, and the only person I can think of that you would send me a picture of that looks sad would be Marchand. Silly, and I think to make up the ground. I can only assume that that's Marchand, Ravens 8. Yep, it's Marchand. Nailed it. Chase can make up the ground. Yeah, I certainly think he can. He's a hell of a driver, and he stayed on the lead lap. Did have to go in there and pit and get some fresh tires on it, but I don't think that's the end of Chase Elliott's day by any means. Oh wait, I gotta check my Fox Super Bet or Fox Bet Super 6. There was 6 winners. They got all questions right. That'll split 10 grand here. I did not do that. I did not win. I got one right. I'm not gonna say if I got any other ones right, but I got one right. Still working on the left front here at Chase Elliott's car on pit road. Front end. Put a little elbow grease on it, buff it out. You'll be fine. Coming here, close to 90 to go here in this Pennzoil 400. 3 of the 4 Gibbs Toyotas in the top 4. Denny Hamlin leading. Truex Jr. third, and KFB, Kyle fucking Busch, rolls off P4. The 4th Toyota for Joe Gibbs, Christopher Bell, is 8th. 4th car here on the bottom. Coming to the green, Denny Hamlin, Kyle Larson on the front row. Hamlin chooses the outside. Gets a good push here from Truex, but Kyle Busch stays right to the rear bumper of Kyle Larson. They're 2x2 going into turn 1. Nobody able to get an edge there. 3 wide, a little bit deeper in the field. Kyle Larson gets a slight edge coming out of the corner. Not able to clear Denny Hamlin, who gets a big run down the backstretch with help from his teammate Martin Truex Jr. Denny Hamlin will take the lead, and he is cleared of everybody. 92 to go here as they come back to the start-finish line. 2x2 behind the leader. Couple guys looking to make it 3 wide. Matt DiBenedetto in the middle of 3. back around 10th place. Side by side for second. Truex Jr. clears Kyle Larson down the back stretch. It's now Brad Keselowski looking for third outside of Kyle Larson. Denny Hamlin still leads. And we've got a new driver here closing in on the top 10. Ryan Newman has driven his way up to 11th place. He's fending off Christopher Bell here for the spot. 3 wide for third place, Ryan Blaney goes around the outside. Kyle Larson, tried to throw a late block going into the corner. Blaney checked up a little bit, but got around him on the outside for third place. Move Ryan Blaney to third behind the Joe Gibbs Toyotas, Hamlin and Truex. Kevin Harvick has moved his way back into the top 10 after starting on the pole position and dropping back in the first couple of stages. Kyle Busch has fallen back here on the restart. He's back to 10th. He is now ahead of Kevin Harvick. Ryan Newman has fallen back as well a little bit here a couple laps into the run as we Fox crank it up. Man, I love that. Love that sound. Not that I don't love the commentators, because I actually I love... Oh, car in the wall. That's... Oh, Eric Almirola. Still green. I can't imagine that this will stay green. And there is the yellow flag. Eric Almirola in the fence, turns 1 and 2. Heavy damage to the right front of that 10 machine. Eric Almirola, left front goes down, but it sends him hard into the outside wall. I would assume there was some contact here on the restart. Take a look here. Riding along with Eric Almirola, inside of Corey LaJoie. Woo! He really checks up coming out of turn 4 here. He can probably feel that it's coming down. He's getting passed by everybody here. Going into turn 1, and there it goes in turn 1, and he's up into the fence in turn 1. Rough season continues for Eric Almirola and the Stewart-Haas cars. Pick I sent his March end after losing the 2019 Cup Final. Cole Custer picks up the free pass, or lucky dog, for those of you that have been watching NASCAR for a long time. Top 10 here with 87 to go. Hamlin, Truex, Larson, Blaney, Keselowski, Byron, Bowman, Logano, Bell, and Kyle Busch. So we've got, I believe, all 4 of the Joe Gibbs cars there, 1st, 2nd, 9th, and 10th. All 3 of the Penske cars, 4th, 5th, and 8th. And 3 Hendrick cars, 3rd, 6th, and 7th. So 3 teams make up the top 10. Truex and Hamlin stay out. Blaney will fake going to pit road. Kyle Larson does come. Looks pretty 50-50 split here on the top 10 or 15 cars on who's pitting and who's staying out. 87 to go. Keselowski, Larson, Logano all come. Looks like Kevin Harvick also came down pit road. Can't quite see who else is back there on pit lane. It looks like about half of the top 10 or 15 came. Hamlin, Truex, Blaney stayed out. They'll be the top 3. Larson, Keselowski, Bowman, Kyle Busch, Logano, Harvick, and Austin Dillon all pit, as do Tyler Reddick, Michael McDowell, Daniel Suarez, and I believe that was Corey LaJoie. Looks like a couple more guys stayed out than I originally thought. Commercial break here. Let's take a look here. I got the leaderboard up here on the other monitor this time. Also with Twitter, but you know. Looks like about 8 of the top 17 pitted, maybe. Leaderboard on NASCAR.com has the top 10 as let's take a look. Denny Hamlin, Martin Truex, Ryan Blaney, William Byron, Christopher Bell. It's a pretty normal top 5 given the race. But then after that, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Matt DiBenedetto, Ryan Preece, Ryan Newman, and Eric Jones make up the top 10. Anthony Alfredo 11th and Chris Buescher 12th. Man, give me more of the back half of that. Give me some of that. Let's keep these random winners going. Come on now. Don't give me Denny and Truex and Blaney. Give me the rest of the guys. Oh, except for Christopher Bell, because he doesn't deserve it after that shit he pulled in the 500. Yes, I'm still salty about that. Maybe don't wreck half the field on lap 13 of the biggest race of the season. Then I won't hate you. Ones to watch here. Jeff Gordon goes with Martin Truex Jr. That's a pretty safe pick. He's had a lot of success here on 1.5-mile tracks. 2-time winner at Vegas. Larry Mack goes with Denny Hamlin. Jamie Little going with Christopher Bell. Jeff Gordon going with Kyle Larson. Mike Joy picks Ryan Blaney. Apparently, Clint Boyer didn't have a suit for the race today, so he had Brad Keselowski bring one for him. Hey, welcome back, Ravens 8. Just in time for the restart. 84 to go. All Joe Gibbs, front row Denny Hamlin and Martin Truex. 2 by 2, they go into turn 1. Ryan Blaney all over the back bumper. Denny Hamlin gets him loose a little bit in the middle of the corner. Gives him a big shot down the back straightaway. Denny Hamlin pulls away from William Byron for second and is now on the quarter panel of Martin Truex Jr. He pulls side by side with him. He'll have the run on the outside lane. Denny Hamlin to the lead as they come to the line. 82 to go. Side by side for the lead. They're 4 wide deep in the field. Right around 13th or so. They're 3 and 4 wide out of the restart. 2 by 2, pretty much the front 8 or so behind Martin Truex Jr. Big move here from Brad Keselowski to the inside of Ryan Newman and Ryan Preece to make it 3 wide for 8th. Chase Elliott moving his way back through the field. He's 15th and working his way back up on the bottom. He gets by Chase Briscoe for 14th. First car with 4 tires is the 42 of is the 5 of Kyle Larson. I'm stuck in the past. As he works inside of Ryan Newman here, working his way back into the top 10 up to 9th. Ryan Preece holding on to the 10th spot. Eric Jones and Ryan Newman side by side for 11th. Kyle Larson is on the move. He's up to 8th, and he's looking to pass Matt DiBenedetto for 7th on the outside, and he's going to do that in the straightaway. And he jumps back down to the bottom behind Brad Keselowski. 3 wide in front of him. Brad gets by, and now Kyle Larson makes it 3 wide with Christopher Bell and William Byron. Bell lets up a little bit on the straightaway. Byron gets by. Kyle Larson stays side by side with him. Ryan Blaney moves side by side with Denny Hamlin for 2nd, looking to break up the Joe Gibbs duo up front and looking to bring his teammate Brad Keselowski with him. Brad jumps to the high side, looking to get a good run on Denny Hamlin out of the corner. Hamlin stays up top to block it, and Brad jumps down to the bottom. He's going to move past Ryan Blaney, who is now under fire from William Byron on the top. So move Brad Keselowski to 3rd, looking to take 2nd from Denny Hamlin. They almost touch coming out of turn 4. Brad Keselowski moves by Denny Hamlin. He's got the front nose out in front. Kyle Larson jumps way to the top, looking to get by William Byron and Ryan Blaney. He'll have to run down the backstretch. Will he jump back down to the bottom? No, he's going to stay behind his teammate Byron and draft past Ryan Blaney. Great racing up front here as Blaney gets a little bit loose on the bottom. He'll have to check up. Kyle Larson does complete the pass. Single file front 5. Truex, Keselowski, Hamlin, Larson, and Byron. As now Denny Hamlin jumps back underneath Keselowski for 2nd. 2 by 2 for 2nd and 4th. Martin Truex Jr. still leading. Denny Hamlin has the advantage now on Brad Keselowski. He will clear him coming out of turn 4. Kyle Larson on the bottom looking to jump by the 2 as well, but he can't quite clear Byron. Truex Jr. still holding the lead despite old tires. Kyle Larson, the first one on 4 fresh tires. He has moved his way up to 4th. Denny Hamlin jumps underneath his teammate Truex for the lead. Truex should have the advantage coming off the corner, but Hamlin pinches him up top just a little bit, and that'll give him enough room to clear him. Martin Truex Jr. all over the track trying to get back by his teammate. Kyle Larson has closed the gap. The front 5 all under a blanket, and here comes Ryan Blaney in 6th looking to get a piece of the action. Kyle Larson looking for 2nd, but he's still side by side with Keselowski there. Man, this is awesome. 6 cars under a blanket, single file. Hamlin, Truex, Larson, Keselowski, Byron, and Blaney. Keselowski moves to the high side of Larson as Truex dips underneath Hamlin. 74 to go, and we've got 6 cars, 2 by 2. Going down the backstretch, he does slide in front of Denny Hamlin, who crossovers. Denny Hamlin dives it underneath. And a heck of a move there from Denny Hamlin to clear Martin Truex, and he looks like he's going to bring Kyle Larson with him. Kyle Larson finally gets side by side for 2nd. Brad Keselowski gets a big run down the front stretch. He gives Kyle Larson a shot going into turn 1. Kyle Larson loose in the middle. That'll open the door for Brad Keselowski. Denny Hamlin loves seeing this up front. It's allowed him to pull out to about a 0.3 of a second lead. Truex maintains his 2nd place spot. Kyle Larson does hold off Brad Keselowski for 3rd, and the top 6 are all single file again. Byron now moves to the inside of Keselowski on the front stretch, and he'll complete the pass into turn 1. Kyle Larson gets a big run on the high side. Truex Jr. gets a little bit loose in turn 2, and Larson finally takes second place. And there's 72 to go. Kyle Larson has moved his way back up to second. Blaney moves underneath Byron for 5th, looking to follow his teammate Brad Keselowski, and he will do that, but he gets really tight out of the corner. William Byron dunks back underneath him. As we cut to the Ford cutaway car here and Larry Mack. Denny Hamlin and Kyle Larson have put a little bit of a gap between them and third place car, which is currently Brad Keselowski, but Martin Truex Jr. jumps way to the bottom. He'll look to complete the pass here out of turn 4, and he will. Great turn 3 and 4 there from Martin Truex Jr. to take the third spot away. Single file now throughout the field for the most part. A lot of different people running a lot of different lanes, though. Brad Keselowski way up against the fence. Martin Truex Jr. about a lane or two below him. Single file here, 70 to go. And just as I say that, Brad Keselowski moves underneath Truex for third. And it looks, no, he was going to complete the pass, but he couldn't quite get in front of him. Truex Jr. gets the run on the high side out of turn 2, and he'll stay in third. Here comes William Byron for 4th for Brad Keselowski. Keselowski way up top, Byron way to the bottom. Byron can't quite slide up in front of him, as Brad Keselowski will maintain the spot. Larson has closed the gap on Denny Hamlin. He is there. Larson moves to the middle of the road. Middle of the track. Hamlin stays on the bottom. About 1 car length between them. As we have a battle here for 5th between Byron and Blaney. Blaney up top, Byron to the bottom. Byron does get clear, but Blaney will have the run. Now he jumps to the bottom. Blaney on the low side, looking to get back past William Byron here for 5th. Byron should have the run coming out of turn 2, but Blaney does a good job staying right on that quarter panel, getting a little bit of a side draft down the back straightaway. And now here he should be able to clear him. Byron will have the run on the top side. Chase Elliott, they cut to sitting back in 17th spot here. Just hasn't been able to recover. I've been completely wrong. Chase Elliott not really being able to recover too well here from his earlier spin. As it looked like there towards the end of this before the commercial break, it looked like Aaron Jones got by Kyle Busch for 10th. Or 9th, excuse me. Man, what a fun race this has been. I'll be honest, I have not watched a lot of good mile and a half tracks. Like there have not been a lot of good mile and a half races with these packages that NASCAR has been messing with. But I would say with Homestead and with this race, with Homestead and Vegas now this week, I'd say I still don't like the package because you could just run it wide open for 30 laps on a mile and a half track, and that's not I don't think there's anything to that. But man, it's hard to say that the racing hasn't been fun. And this has been a really good 2-week stretch here for NASCAR. As we hit lap 200 here on commercial break, Tyler Reddick, the first to hit green flag pit stops here, with about 50 to go. 50, yeah, 50-ish to go. Ryan Newman riding about 14th. Jeff Gluck has tweeted out, new leader, Kyle Larson, has passed Denny Hamlin with 61 to go. Bob Pockris also tweeting it out. Man, I love whenever we get a good battle for the lead and they just cut to commercial. It's fantastic. You know, why watch exciting NASCAR when I can learn about Cherry's Wild or whatever this stupid new game show is? Oh, it's hosted by Jason Biggs. Man, if it was 2005 right now, I'd be really excited. Kyle Larson has taken the lead here, 61 to go. Taking a look at how he did it. Probably is too loose. Yeah, he was definitely too loose when he spun, so would not surprise me if he was still pretty loose. Kyle Larson actually makes the pass on the bottom of Denny Hamlin, and he's now pulled out to about a 0.4 of a second lead. Newman and Roush Fenway just have not had the speed today that they had last week, currently 16th and 18th, Newman and Buescher respectively. They're still both ahead of Kevin Harvick, though, which I'm going to call that a win. Anytime that we can race ahead of Kevin Harvick, I'm gonna say that's a good weekend. Obviously, would like to be better than 16th and 18th, but Kyle Larson with a big move below a lap car, kind of got pinched up top on the backstretch, but he has continued to gap Denny Hamlin. It's now up close to a full second lead for Kyle Larson over Denny Hamlin. Looks like the field may need a caution here to catch Kyle Larson because he does have slightly fresher tires. Remember, he was the first of the drivers to pick up 4 fresh tires. And he has now eclipsed a second lead on Denny Hamlin with 57 to go. I'm not sure how long tires and fuel. I assume they're all good on fuel. I don't know how long tires can go. I assume I assume they can go a pretty good distance. Currently the top 8. Larson, Hamlin, Keselowski, Truex, Blaney, Byron, Kyle Busch, and Alex Bowman. All pretty spread out here. Maybe a couple battles taking place. As I say that, Kyle Busch has passed William Byron for 6th. You got Truex and Blaney pretty close. Hamlin and Keselowski pretty close. Busch and Blaney pretty close. Or Busch and Byron pretty close. Christopher Bell also a little close there to Byron. He's about a half second back. Ryan Blaney has moved past Martin Truex for 4th place. It's all kind of settled down here with 54 to go. Eric Jones running in the top 10 in that Richard Petty Motorsports number 43 car. Love to see that. See, this is the mile-and-a-half stuff that I just hate. You didn't have this at Homestead last week. Still happy if Chase does never win the championship again. I'm still happy he has won. Yeah, I'd be happy if Newman had one. So that's for sure. Keselowski here looking to get by Denny Hamlin for second. A full second and a half or more behind Kyle Larson. Second period still 0-0. Hey, thanks for the updates, Ravens. Appreciate it. Chase Elliott moves by Ryan Newman for 16th spot. Should be getting close here to green flag pit stops, I would assume. 52 to go, 51 to go now as Larson gets to the start-finish line. Split this second stage in half. So, should be getting close here. Hey, for those of you that are interested in college sports, I'm not sure if this will work or not, but there is a Wide Right Natty Light Discord that we have just added. If that doesn't work, you can just follow that tweet, and that should take you to the Discord link. So if you're interested in Iowa State or college sports or anything like that, love to have you join if you feel so inclined. 49 to go here. Kyle Larson still holding a pretty significant lead over Brad Keselowski. And like I said, this is the mile and a half stuff that I don't like. Because you just get stuck here where everybody is a second apart, 1 through 15, and it's just not exciting. Oh, Ryan Newman coming down pit road here. It looks like they will start green flag pit stops. It worked out pretty well for them at Homestead last week. They picked up quite a few spots after pitting early. So we'll see how this pans out for the 6 team this week. Stenhouse and Newman, the first two to pit. Kyle Larson still holding the lead here, 46 to go. Keselowski has closed it from 1.7 seconds down to 1.5 seconds. William Byron and Christopher Bell have also pitted here. So the benefits of pitting early is you get on fresh tires while the rest of the field is on older tires. So if you can turn 1 or 2 laps clicking at a second faster pace, when the rest of the field comes to pit and they get fresher tires, there's a smaller gap between their tires and your tires than there are when you pit on fresher tires and you've got this much fresher tires. So that's basically the strategy to pitting early. The strategy of pitting late is once everybody cycles through, if there's 4 of you that haven't pitted yet, you 4 are going to be on the lead lap, and then there's probably like 4 or 5 other guys that have passed you and gotten a lap back, but they're still behind you. So then you can trap the rest of the field down 1 lap. So there is a lot of strategy that goes into pit stops, especially green flag pit stops. So, sometimes you'll see, especially for guys closer to the back of the field, those guys in 15th through, 20th, 25th, etc. Just because if you stay out from 20th, you're probably going to cycle towards the front, but then you're just going to be losing so much time on the people that have already pitted. You have to get a caution because then everybody probably pits again anyway. Or you force them to take the wave around to get their lap back. And then you get to pit and get fresher tires, and they don't. So then you have the advantage anyway. Whereas if you pit early and there's a caution, you might get caught a lap down and have to take the wave around. So there's a lot of strategy that goes into this. As we hit 42 to go here, Kyle Larson has completed his pit stop. He and Brad Keselowski both are leaving pit road. Looks like Daniel Suarez will have the lead for the moment. Ross Chastain in the 42, completing his pit stop. So currently, Daniel Suarez and Cole Custer are the only two that haven't pitted. So basically what they're hoping for is a caution, because then they can trap a whole bunch of guys a lap down. Like right now, if they got a caution, there'd be 16 cars on the lead lap, and probably everybody would pit again. So, Daniel Suarez and Cole Custer might be able to swipe a couple positions here. As Brad Keselowski has closed the gap here on Kyle Larson for third, which is essentially the race lead because Suarez and Custer ahead of them haven't pitted yet. It kind of sounds like Kyle Larson wanted to pit a lap before he did, but there was a lap car in the way and he couldn't get down towards pit lane, which is an interesting problem here, which might be why Kyle Larson has lost a full second on his lead. Brad Keselowski has closed it now. It's close to half a second here between the two. Suarez now the only driver that has not pitted as Cole Custer makes his stop. Man, Ryan Newman must have had a bad pit stop or something. He's now behind Kevin Harvick and Chris Buescher and Ryan Preece. So he's lost at least 3 spots on this strategy. Ryan Newman sitting 21st, looking to pass Daniel Suarez here to get that lap back, and he will do it in turns 1 and 2. 35 to go here. Kyle Larson holding about a 0.7 of a second lead here on Brad Keselowski. Currently second and third, but Suarez still has to pit. As we're going to compare Brad Keselowski and Kyle Larson's pit stops. As it looks like Daniel Suarez will pit here. Larson has now put quite a sizable gap here on Keselowski. It's now just over a second. Keselowski looking to get by the lapped car of Ross Chastain in the 42. Suarez is still out there. I thought he was pitting. Oh, now it looks like he's pitting. Maybe that was him. Maybe that was somebody else. Not sure. Somebody just pitted. Not sure who it was. Kyle Larson very quickly closing the gap here on Daniel Suarez on the front stretch. And he moves to the outside of him here in turns 1 and 2, and he is going to complete the pass here. Just flies right by him on the outside. 2.5 seconds ahead of Brad Keselowski, who should also be passing Suarez here momentarily. Wood Brothers Racing has put out a tweet here on their driver, Matt DiBenedetto, that they will not be able to make it to the end. It would be 90 laps on the left front. So, yes, this is going to be another week of having a sucky finish, sucky start the following week, all that. So, the 21 of Matt DiBenedetto, currently in 12th, will have to pit again. Matty D desperately needing a good finish, currently in 12th, would be that exactly what they need. But it sounds like they're going to have an issue here again. They also tweeted, okay, so just to go ahead and say this now, get the excuses out of the way, we got 3 tires out of 4 changed. Gun broke, gun being the lug gun. Broke on the left front, so this is going to be awful, plain and simple, no two ways about it. We were running 9th before, so let's just remember that part. Man, whoever runs the Wood Brothers Twitter account does a hell of a job. $26 to go here. Kyle Larson out front, maintaining his lead. He has improved it up to close to 2 seconds here over Brad Keselowski. Denny Hamlin and Martin Truex Jr., as well as Kyle Busch, 3rd through 5th. Christopher Bell joining his teammates there in about 7th. This has been the Hendrick, Gibbs, and Penske show pretty much all day today. It's been Larson, Chase Elliott, William Byron, as well as Hamlin, Truex, Bell, and Kyle Busch, as well as Keselowski, Blaney, and Logano. Pretty much in the top, 10 or so the entire day. Kyle Busch looking to complete the pass here on Truex for 4th, as Ryan Newman and Kurt Busch battle for about 21st back there in the back of the field. Daniel Suarez has pitted now. Kyle Busch and Kurt Busch, both from Las Vegas. The top 10 cars right now are all Penske, Hendrick, and Gibbs. And the car in 11th is Matt DiBenedetto in Wood Brothers, which is basically a brother team to Penske. So really the top 11 are all Penske, Hendrick, and Gibbs. They haven't talked about him a whole lot here today, but Eric Jones in the 43 has done a hell of a job today. Man, he has driven a hell of a race in that 43 car. Not a lot of expectations for that team, but he is running a solid race here. He's been about 12th or 14th the entire day. Looking to close out a good finish here with 22 to go. As we approach 20 to go, Kyle Larson has put a 2.5 second lead between he and Brad Keselowski. Both of the Roush guys, I want to point out, still ahead of Kevin Harvick. Buescher 16th, Newman 21st, Harvick 22nd. Still counting it as a win. This is still a win, as Kevin Harvick looking to stay on the lead lap here. He's got a mirror full of Kyle Larson with 19 to go. Reminder that Kyle Larson, has not won on a 1.5-mile track. He's finished second 9 times, I just said on broadcast. He's finished second 9 times on 1.5-mile tracks and never won. He's got a really good chance here with a 2.75 second lead with 18 to go. Larson, Keselowski, Hamlin, Kyle Busch, and Martin Truex, the top 5. Larson looking to put Harvick a lap down here. And Harvick going to get screened here by a different lap car, and that will put Kevin Harvick 1 lap down in 22nd place. After starting on the pole, Kevin Harvick a lap down with 18 to go, 17 to go. I would not have guessed the first 4 winners of this season to be Michael McDowell, Christopher Bell, William Byron, and Kyle Larson. Larson definitely the most likely of the 4. Would not have guessed him to win. Alex Bowman with an unscheduled stop, and he got really bad entrance to pit road here in turn 4. Ooh, he's got a tire going down here. And boy, he made a sharp left turn. Woo! Woo! Anthony Alfredo almost took the 48 clean out of the race. Alex Bowman loses a tire here and pits from 9th place, which will put Newman 20th, but he did just lose the lead lap to Kyle Larson. Wow. Anthony Alfredo and Alex Bowman, almost disaster as the 48 was coming to pit road. Wow. 14 to go here, 19 cars on the lead lap. Alex Bowman does have a commitment line violation for pitting while not having all 4 wheels inside the cone. It's not really a cone anymore. $19 cars here on the lead lap, last of which is Tyler Reddick in the number 8 machine for Richard Childress Racing. And with Michael McDowell 17th and Kevin Harvick now a lap down in 22nd. It looks like no driver will go the first 4 races with 4 top 10s. Tyler Reddick has now gone a lap down, so Ryan Newman not in the free pass spot. Now I definitely don't want a caution. Oh, Newman passes Reddick for 19th. Never mind. Caution, 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 caution. Lead lap. No, never mind. Kurt Busch is now a lap down as well. No caution. No caution. No caution. No caution. Kyle Busch completes the pass on Denny Hamlin here for 3rd. They are 6.5 seconds behind Larson as we get to 11 to go here. 10 to go now as Larson crosses the line. Chris Buescher in the 17 has driven his way up to 15th place for Roush Fenway. The 2020 final point standings and the 2021 starting point standings are basically the same with the exception of 3 drivers. Chris Buescher up to 14th. So Roush Fenway still looking to salvage something here at the end of this Las Vegas race. Chase Elliott has moved his way up to 13th after his spin, which, by the way, one of 2 non-scheduled cautions. Kyle Larson continues to tick laps away as he comes out of turn 4 here, 7 to go when he gets to the line. Matt DiBenedetto and Michael McDowell, the next 2 on his ticker to put a lap down. Excuse me, he just put McDowell a lap down. It's DiBenedetto and Ryan Preece. Larson has continued to extend his lead. It's now over 3 seconds back to Brad Keselowski. Only the top 5 are within 10 seconds here of the leader, Kyle Larson. Blaney in 5th is 9.5 seconds back. 6 to go here as Larson comes out of 4, looking to make it 5 to go. Newman is up to 18th. He's past Kurt Busch. So even a lap down, Newman looking to salvage something along with his teammate Chris Buescher, who is still hanging in 14th, right behind Chase Elliott and right ahead of Ryan Preece. Larson has put Matt DiBenedetto a lap down. So now 15 cars on the lead lap, the last of which Ryan Preece. Kyle Larson comes out of 4 with 4 to go. Again, still just the top 5 within 10 seconds. And Keselowski not improving at all. It's going to take a caution for anybody to catch Larson. Larson ducks to the bottom here under Ryan Preece to put him a lap down as we approach 3 to go. Nothing all that close here on track. Larson, Keselowski, Kyle Busch, Hamlin, and Blaney, the top 5. Truex, Bell, Byron, Logano. And again, they haven't talked about him. Eric Jones in 10th, and another guy they haven't talked about, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in 11th. 2 really good runs for those guys as Kyle Larson now puts his sights on Chris Buescher to put a lap down. Really good job today from Eric Jones and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. as we go 2 to go. Kyle Larson still well over 3 seconds ahead of Brad Keselowski. On the backstretch, Kyle Larson just needs to hit the white flag. Kyle Larson will take the white flag, and unless the caution is him, he's going to take it home here. The Pennzoil 400 at Las Vegas. Kyle Larson hopefully doesn't fail post. That's true. I did not think about that. He could still fail post-race inspection. Kyle Larson on the backstretch entering turn 3 and 4. He's going to pick up the win. Chris Buescher is going to stay on the lead lap. Atta baby. And Kyle Larson takes the checkered flag at Las Vegas. The 4th race of the season, a 4th different winner. And boy, the points are going to be shaken up again. Kyle Larson picks up his 7th win of the season, 7th win of his career. 1st win of the season, and he has punched his ticket to the NASCAR playoffs just 4 races into his return to NASCAR after his suspension last season that got him pulled from Chip Ganassi Racing. Atta baby Kyle. Just wish we could have had a better finish there. Stage 3, not as exciting as the first 2 stages. First 2 stages were incredibly entertaining. Sorry, I was checking my phone. Kyle Larson will hit a burnout here on the backstretch. He's got a lot more room to do it there. Doing the burnout on the backstretch. Kyle Larson is your winner. What a race from Kyle Larson. Took the lead in stage 3, never looked back, had a top 2 or 3 car basically the whole race. Congrats to Kyle Larson. Hendrick Motorsports picks up their 2nd win in a row. Man, good to have Kyle Larson back. Again, was suspended from NASCAR and cut from Chip Ganassi Racing after an iRacing incident in which he said a word he probably shouldn't have said. Just 3 more with Penny. Yeah. Hendrick Motorsports now just 3 wins behind Richard Petty Enterprise for the all-time lead in wins by a team. Kyle Larson jumping out of that number 5 Hendrick machine. I kind of want to see his interview, and then I'll end the stream here. So throw your questions in there if you want, or if you got any. Jumps on top of his car. Kyle Larson, welcome back. Brad Keselowski second, Kyle Busch third, Denny Hamlin fourth here at Las Vegas. But damn, man, so happy for Kyle. What a run from Kyle and the 5 team. Atta baby Kyle. Atta baby Kyle. Atta baby Kyle. How do you think he's going to fare in the end of the season in the playoffs? Kyle, I think Kyle Larson's. It's certainly an upgrade to be at Hendrick over Chip Ganassi, and he was successful in that 42 with Ganassi. So I think Kyle Larson definitely a force to be reckoned with. It'll be interesting towards the end of the season when we get some of the more common winners, your Keselowskis, your Logano's, your Kyle Busch, your Kevin Harvick, your Denny Hamlin, etc. It'll be interesting to see towards the playoffs how he'll fare. But I think a race like Bristol here at the end of March, I think he'll do well there on the dirt track at Bristol. Obviously, he likes running the top side on places like California, Las Vegas here. He and Tyler Reddick both kind of, they sort of run the top lane at places like that where you can run it wide open. So yeah, I think Kyle Larson's going to have a great season. I think he got an upgrade going from Ganassi to Hendrick. So, yeah, I think it's just a really good start to the season for him, and I think he'll continue it. I don't know how many more wins he'll have. He might get another win here as the season goes on. But that first one's the only one that matters. That gets you into the playoffs. That secures your spot. Although, with how this season's gone, I don't think we're going to have more than 16 winners. But we're 4 for 4 on new winners. That's already a quarter of the playoffs filled up, and we still got 22 races to go. Not sure we'll have 13 different winners in 22 races, but you never know. We have guys like Michael McDowell and Christopher Bell that nobody really thought would win a race. So yeah, we'll have to see. Remember the time Alex Bowman stole one from them? How do you think that's going to affect? I don't think that's gonna affect it at all. I would say really the team that I'm worried about as far as affecting them as teammates is Truex and Hamlin. Everybody wants to talk about Logano and Keselowski not getting along. How about Denny Hamlin and Truex? They have raced really hard the last couple weeks here. They've been yelling about each other on the radio chatter and everything. That's going to be an interesting battle in Joe Gibbs Racing to watch as the season goes on. Yeah, that's going to do it for me here. Kyle Larson is your winner of the Pennzoil 400 at Las Vegas. I will. What's the race next week? Hold on. I gotta check the schedule here. Next race is next race is Phoenix next week. I will definitely stream that one. Phoenix, one of my favorite tracks, personally, to watch and to race on, like video games and stuff. So I will definitely be streaming for that one. It'll be at 2:30 Central Time, 3:30 Eastern. I don't know if I'll start right away. I might do what I did today and just start towards the end of stage 2. But yeah, I will definitely. Do you think? Let's go to Phoenix again like you did last year. Should be interesting. It'd be kind of cool to see Hendrick win 3 in a row here, but we'll have to see. Phoenix is one of my favorite tracks, just on the circuit. So I will definitely be streaming for that. So I will see you guys next week for Phoenix, the Instacart 500. 3:30 p.m. Eastern, right here. Again, not sure if I'll start right away or if I'll do what I did today, but you guys can know if you click down here. There's a subscribe button and a bell. You click the bell, and you click all notifications, and that'll let you know whenever I go live and whenever I upload a video. That's gonna do it for me. Kyle Larson is your winner. I will see you guys next week. Peace out.